Hey everyone, happy Monday. James Azar here with the CyberHub podcast practitioner brief for August 3rd, 2020. Before we get started today, go to cyberhubpodcast.com. Link is below in the description of the audio podcast. If you're on YouTube, you see our website right there. Get our practitioner brief, beautifully designed, very informational PDF in your inbox daily for absolutely free. All we want is your email address. We promise not to sell it to anyone. We'll be able to email you all the links to all the stories we talk about, a lot more detail, facts, all kinds of really cool things available in that email. So do that right now. Now let's get into our practitioner brief for today. A slow weekend because predominantly everything's been around the Twitter breach that happened. We'll talk about that towards the end. Although a few very interesting stories that really have a lot to do with our practitioner work, where North Korean hackers have targeted U.S. aerospace and defense firms, predominantly the North Korean cyber unit has done so with fake job offer emails sent to various employees of some of these organizations, as well as job posting, interviews, and a lot of others. This seems to be part of the hidden Cobra group within North Korea, also known as Lazarus. McAfee says that they've noticed similarities between the phishing emails that targeted similar companies in 2017, as well as India's defense industry in 2019, and those used against U.S. defense and aerospace firms this year. The researchers also noted that some of the domains used in Operation North Star has previously been utilized by Hidden Cobra in other campaigns. A lot more detail there. This story is really interesting because for a while I've been talking about how LinkedIn, while a great tool for everything we do and use, is also very susceptible for insider threat, whether knowingly or unknowingly, of a lot of information leaking out. And so very important to train not only against phishing emails, folks, but to also train against potential job proposals on LinkedIn, recruiters, and at least making HR part of that process in order to really have an open flow of communication between employees within the organizations and possible recruiters that are trying to take him away. And it's a very thin and gray line there, but one that we need to really put our heads together and find a way to solve it. If you can think of a way, if you have any great ideas, do so by commenting below, sending us an email, connecting with us on any of our social media groups. A very interesting thing. Hashtag it Cyber News. An Ohio researcher has admitted to selling secrets to China. An American researcher has admitted to stealing scientific trade secrets from a children's hospital and selling them to the Chinese Communist Party. Former Ohio resident Li Chen pleaded guilty yesterday to conspiring to steal scientific trade secrets and conspiracy to commit wire fraud concerning the research, identification, and treatment of a range of pediatric medical conditions. Chen and her husband, alleged co-conspirator Yu Zhao, 49, worked in separate medical research labs at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Research Institute for 10 years each. The couple was arrested in California in July of 2019 and charged with conspiring to steal at least 5 trade secrets related to research on the cellular component known as exosomes. The U.S. Department of Justice, which prosecuted, said that Chen also applied to multiple Chinese government talent plans, a method used by China to transfer foreign research and technology to the Chinese government. As part of her plea, the once trusted researcher has agreed to forfeit approximately $1.4 million together with 500,000 shares of common stock of Avalon Globo Care Corp. and 400 shares of common stock of Gene Exosome Technologies. A definite blow for insider threat. Again, part of the ongoing cold cyber war with China is a lot of Chinese nationals that come into the U.S., work in research labs, and end up becoming an insider threat. Not saying all Chinese people do that, but this isn't the only case we've spoken about in this show, and something to keep our eyes on in terms of our DLP policies, research policies, and employee devices, and things of that nature. Our final story before we go into the Twitter stuff, a Windows 10 2004 new update that fixes all the problems. There's been an issue updating Windows 10 that's been resolved. Link can be found in our PDF, cyberhubpodcast.com. We're right towards the end here, so a few things. 3 people have been arrested for the Twitter account breach, one in the UK, 2 in Florida, all people under the age of 22, essentially. Started by mobile spear phishing. All can be found on our PDF. We've got some of the stories there. Also, GN Crab ransomware distributor has been arrested in Belarus. If you look at this weekend, and as I was getting ready for today's practitioner brief, the good guys have really been getting the job done. A lot of cyber criminals have been apprehended and arrested. Not only GN Crab, several others have also been arrested across the globe. The EU has launched a sanction list against cyber criminals from China, Russia, North Korea, and other places, in a move that typically Europe doesn't make. They typically tend to cower to political pressure. This time they have actually beat that, so well done to Europe. That's it for our practitioner brief today. We'll be here all week with a lot more cyber briefings and practitioner news. Until then, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Make sure you subscribe, give us 5 stars. We'll be back with more tomorrow. Until then, folks, stay cyber safe.